Всем привет, это игровой канал StidIsram, это игрушка Kingdom Come Deliverance, и это будет продолжение прохождения. И мне сейчас надо поговорить с Рацигом Кобылом после того, как мы нашли наконец фальшивую монеточку. Здесь какая-то волшебная лестница, которая не хочет меня пускать наверх. Вот смотрите, видите, просто вот я бегу, а она меня не пускает. Наверное, у моего героя слишком маленькие ножки. А Рациг Кобыл убегает, только не убегай, не убегай. Вот он, куда убегаешь? Мне с тобой поговорить надо.
There's the man. Good work, Henry.
Thank you, sir.
I tell you to take a well-earned rest, but unfortunately I need one more thing from you.
Whatever you command.
Jezek refuses to talk to us. The stubborn bastard's asking to see you.
Me?
Indeed. Normally I'd send for Captain Bernard to beat it out of him, but then I told myself that if he's so keen to speak to you...
I'll try to get something out of him. Where is he?
He's locked up in the tower. Bernard will give you the key.
Very well, sir.
И надо сейчас поговорить в башне. С какой-то странный проход. Очень интересно, куда он ведет. Он ведет в никуда. Интересно, здесь как навернусь? Нет, здесь можно спуститься, надо же. И допрос. Допрос будет у нас с пристрастием. Допроси ежика. Я очень сильно подозреваю, что он где-то в подвале находится, этот самый ежик. Это тот самый хозяин шахты, которого мы захватили в последней части. Его хотел рыцарь Ульрих убить, но мы все-таки решили, что не стоит его убивать. Сначала надо его попытать хорошенько, а потом уже убить. И, кстати, тот самый нищий, который заказал мне украсть печатку у торговца. Вот у меня перчатка от торговца для заданий. Вот она, печать гильдии. Украдена в ледечко. Он все еще стоит здесь. И нельзя с ним ничего сделать. И квест нельзя завершить. Такие вот дела. Очень странно. А пока что я иду в тюрьму. Здесь у нас стражник какой-то, которого можно только обокрасть. И вот наш пленник, пан Ежик.
Well, finally, I've had quite a wait.
Why do you want to talk to me, of all people?
You brought me here. You should consider it an honor.
If hanging around in a damp dungeon with a condemned man is your idea of honor...
You're not seeing the bright side. You can be the one who uncovers a conspiracy against the king for your master. You don't get an opportunity like that every day. It did cross my mind, though, that it might be nice to get some assurances for my cooperation. After all, I'm the one the Margrave unjustly declared the scourge of the land and expelled from Moravia. They even pulled my beautiful castle down. It was the necessity of making a living that forced me to take some liberties.
Do you really want to question the authority of the Margrave?
I've always been loyal to the crown, but what can I do when the Margrave stole my fief?
That's not why we're here. I don't care about your conflict with the Margrave. It's your crimes against the king I'm worried about. The king you say you've always been so loyal to.
Very well, ask me anything you want. I won't be obstructive.
What I want to know most of all is who's behind them. Who are you making those forgeries for?
Do you think I couldn't have handled it all myself?
I'm not trying to insult you. It's just not a job one man could do alone.
All right, the way it began was I was short of coin, as usual. So I let those crimps in Sasau recruit me.
Recruit you into what?
I didn't inquire too much. In this business, you don't ask too many questions. But when they found out I wasn't just anybody, they put me in charge of the counterfeiting. A foreigner by the name of Eric gave me instructions. But for sure, he isn't the chief. And there's someone highly placed at the monastery who's mixed up in it too. But I don't know who.
И снова монастырь.
How did you come to hear of all this business?
I met some old friends in Colleen a few months ago. And they said they were heading for Sasau. That armed men were being recruited. And they'll hire anyone.
Old friends? Who were they?
Just a couple of brigands. We used to ambush the Margrave's messengers in Moravia together.
Nice friends you keep.
I was in dispute with the Margrave. A man in my position finds himself mixed up with all sorts.
And then what?
Rapota and I had been living off stale crusts for a month, so I wasn't going to turn down the chance of work, honest or otherwise. We rode to Sasau and met with the recruiters. It didn't take long to realize I was a nobleman fallen on hard times, not some common peasant.
Can you get to the point?
Well, they introduced me to this Eric, and he told me what was needed. They set up the workshop, got the men, the supplies, everything.
Crimps? You're telling me this Eric is recruiting armed men in Sasau?
Well, it seems so. I was giving the recruiters some of the coins to do it. The fake ones, of course.
Where can I find the recruiting gang?
That's tricky. It was my friends who led me to them. We met with them in the woods next to Sasau. It's about who you know, as always.
You said you gave them money. Where was that?
They'd ride to the mine gallery to see me. I don't suppose you'd find them there now.
If you say so.
Так, теперь про Эрика.
This Eric, you reckon he's not the one in charge?
He puts on airs, but he's just a naive young pup. And he's always going on about his lord, though he never mentioned him by name.
Where can I find this Eric? You must have had some meeting place.
He used to come to the workshop unannounced. And after what's happened, I doubt he'll be showing his face there again.
This highly placed person at the monastery, what can you tell me about him?
I've no idea who he is, only that he's no small fry. After all, he handles the exchange of the forgeries in Passau.
I see. Is there anything else at all you can tell me about him?
No, he was supposed to supply me with materials too, but he backed out. Eric said he probably got cold feet.
That'll do me for the moment.
Will you put in a word for me with Sir Radzig? I'll swear allegiance to him if he'll have me. I'm sick of being a renegade.
Ну, не знаю, не знаю.
I'll have to think about it. I don't want to annoy Sir Radzig.
В общем, какой такой подозрительный. И ну нафиг, не буду за него говорить. Все равно он ничего толком не сказал. Можно рассказать все. И у нас на самом деле 3 зацепки. Сейчас этот квест дополнительно уберу, чтобы не видно было его. Чтобы не мешался. Три зацепки. Значит, в монастыре кто-то еще там чем-то черным занимается. Потом вербовщики, которые вербуют людей. И некто Эрик, который на самом деле не главный, но всего лишь помощник. Так, вот этот рацик.
So what have you learned?
All sorts of things.
There's some foreigner called Eric behind the counterfeiting ring, and someone highly placed at the monastery.
The monastery? Really?
That's what Jezek claimed.
So it's worse than I thought. If this is true, we'll have to proceed with the utmost caution.
Why? Can't we just go to the monastery to investigate?
No. If the church is truly involved, I have no authority.
Так. Ну, спросим про преступников.
Is perpetrating crimes against the crown.
True enough. Why don't I go and arrest King Sigismund of Luxembourg while I'm about it? He's committed a crime or two as well.
I'll have to think about it. It won't be an easy nut to crack. I'll have to consult with Hanush. And what of this Eric? Who is he?
I don't know, but he's recruiting armed men in Sasau and forming an army.
Damn. So it looks like Pribyslavitz wasn't the end of it.
It most certainly wasn't, sir. And what's more, Sir Jezek is convinced this Eric is only a go-between, and there's someone bigger behind him.
You should return to Sasau and take a closer look at those recruiters. If they're going to attack, we must find out sooner than last time.
It might not be as straightforward as that. So Jezek didn't know them and has no idea how to find them.
You'll have to manage somehow, my lad. Don't tell me there's an armed force amassing here and nobody knows anything. Go to Sasau and try to find them.
I think I know where I could ask. I helped at the infirmary in Sasau. and there was a wounded man there by the name of Thomas, a suspicious type to say the least. He might know something.
Good. I'd rather see you seeking out better company, but that can't be helped. Whatever you do, be careful, Henry. And best not mention my name. It would attract unwelcome attention. What we want is for the crimps to take you for just another village lad they can lure into their gang.
All right, sir. I'll try to blend in as best I can.
I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I know of no one else who could help as much as you can now.
Так. Ну, спросить, не спросить. А, ладно.
As you command, sir.
Этот ежик какой-то подозрительный. Что за него заступаться? Так. Все ведет в Сосал. Место встречи вербовщиков, рестража, хозяина корчмы и вот этого Томаша. Возможно, с Томаша стоит начать. Он, наверное, там все и скажет. Это как раз дополнительный квест был. И вот эта опция появилась. В местной таверне сидит Ян Птачек, и можно с ним поговорить. Может быть, он что-нибудь скажет нам интересного.
So, should we go then?
I suppose so. Right away. I put some of my old clothes in a trunk for you. I don't want you making me look bad in front of Hanush. So go and get dressed up before we head off.
Ну, ладно.
Thanks, Sir Hans. I'll go and get changed now.
Так, и начинается задание. Человека судят по одежде. Так, подозреваю, это уже после того задания, как мы с ним побухали или еще что-то сделали. А где одежда, которую мне дал? Сундука. Сундук у него в замке. А потом мы поедем на аудиенцию к Ганушу. Сундук с одеждой находится на самом верхнем этаже, в самой первой комнате справа. И она тут открыта. Причем эти вещи можно взять, а не своровать. И здесь, кроме обычного оружия, ну, обычной одежды, есть еще меч торговца. Сейчас все это сниму. Хотя нет. Ну ладно. Коричневые штаны. Вот какие-то нищеброды, конечно. Вот. Красно-белые штаны. Льняная рубашка. Все снимаем. Вот здесь украшенная рубашка. Черный шаперон. Украшенные сапоги. Обаяние неплохое, неплохое. Но могло быть лучше. Вот он тут ходит. Хитрец такой.
So, should we go then?
Let's go. And by the way, I'm glad you got dressed up properly. Clothes make the man, and in your case, it's quite a transformation. Come along then.
Well, my ward and his, what shall we say, chaperone.
Uncle.
My lord?
I hope we haven't dragged you away from anything too important.
Not at all, Uncle. We
like
were just...
boozing and whoring, for instance.
Uncle, I can...
Perhaps you were busy, causing mayhem in the middle of the night and beating up my subjects.
No, it wasn't... Henry and I were just...
Henry's as big a fool as you are. But he's not my ward, thank Christ. What the hell do the pair of you think you're doing? There are people in this fiefdom who work from dawn to dusk to put food on their tables, and on yours, may I remind you. And then they look at you, Hans, their lord and master, and see a drunken layabout. That fellow you beat up last night was a guard, a new guard on the town watch. And he couldn't report for duty this morning because of his injuries. I had the bailiff here complaining, and could I tell him what I really think about this whole sorry affair? Of course not. That would demean me. And you too. So I had to sit gaping like a stuffed owl and listen to his grievances. Maybe you think because you're the Lord here you can get away with anything. But you're sadly mistaken, you blockhead. A lord remains a lord only as long as he commands the loyalty of his subjects. And I'm sure I don't have to tell you the folk here are not exactly enchanted at the prospect of having you in charge. That was the last straw, Capon. One more of your escapades and I'll send you to your mother in Polna. For all I care, she can dress you up like a wench and marry you off to some Hungarian.
Uncle, that arson Archibald tried to murder me. What was I to do?
Oh, don't exaggerate. Well, I'm hardly surprised after you molested his girl and humiliated him.
Well, I was only...
Oh, don't whine, for heaven's sake. It's about time you started taking some responsibility. I have a job for you. Maybe that will keep you out of mischief. Sir Milota of Oleshna has turned up here. Do you know him?
Isn't he Sir Bernard's cousin?
He is. He came here with the remnants of his retinue to seek refuge. He's seriously wounded.
What happened to him, sir?
His fortress Oleshna was attacked by one Wulfrin of Camburg. Milota pursued him almost as far as Neuhof and engaged with him. Unfortunately, the skirmish didn't end well for Milota.
Wulfrin of Camburg? That name is familiar.
He's kin to the Oleshna lords, too. A cousin of Bernard's and Milota's. And their family affairs are a little complicated. None of my business, of course. I just wish they'd found somewhere else to thrash out their differences.
What do you want us to do, sir?
Go and see Bernard in the courtyard. You got a report that Wulfrin pillaged some other farms around Neuhof, and he's putting a squad together to ride against him. Mind your step, though. It's a family affair. After all, maybe more to it than meets the eye. The important thing is to get that damn scavenger out of the domain. If possible, without bloodshed. I can't afford to lose any men over this business. Have I made myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Very well, Uncle.
Get to work, then.
И, как вы могли догадаться, эта задача, это продолжение квеста дополнительного, как мы там бухали и тусили в купальнях. У нас тут квест Барон-грабитель. Присоединиться к отряду Бернарда. Сейчас, конечно же, я это все сделаю. Что он там тюфяком ругается? Может с ним поговорить, наверное.
Greetings. What business have you?
So, what do you think about this?
Old Hanush is right about one thing. It's time to stop chasing wenches and start chasing bandits. It'll be a bit of excitement for a change.
I agree. I was worried you'd be upset after Sir Hanish's speech.
Why would I? I finally have a chance to show Uncle what I can do. I can't wait. We'll ride there, hack those bastards to pieces, and celebrate with a good drink in the evening.
But Sir Hanish said we should get them out of the fiefdom without bloodshed if we can.
And how else do you suppose we can do that?
With diplomacy?
You can't parley with criminals. That would just damage Uncle's reputation. Every lowlife would think he could rob him without fear of reprisal. Enough talk. Let's mount up.
И я подозреваю, что на это задание, наверное, лучше бароню одеть. Все-таки с бандитами драться. Хотя я, конечно, их попытаюсь уговорить, но кто их знает, этих бандитов? Может, они даже не будут говорить. Но все еще поломан этот комбинезон, надо его как-нибудь починить будет. Добраться до портного. Или просто его снять и вместо него надеть какую-нибудь украшенную рубашку, например. Так брони довольно много.
Bandits. I'd much rather do battle with other nobles.
Why? Bandits are easier to defeat, aren't they?
Вот это стражник, а вот сотник Бернард. Кстати, мастер Йода. Один, наверное, из самых сильных мечников в этой игре.
Sir Hanish sent me, Captain. I'm to join your mission. And Sir Hans, too.
Then mount up, youngster, and we'll move out.
Can I ask?
Да, это все старое.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to know.
Где моя лошадь? Вот она, моя лошадь. И сейчас мы как поедем.
I know what you meant, Captain. Forget it.
Very well, Your Grace.
Listen, Bernard. About this robber. I heard some rumors.
About his being a relative of mine, Dolores?
Something like that.
We have the same great-grandfather, Irvin, Baron of Oleshna. Wolfen belongs to a distant branch of my family, which, well, let's just say they bring no honor to our name.
But I heard Wolfen of Camber was hanged somewhere in Silesia after plundering the bishop's estates.
I heard the same. Only, well, I'm sure you've heard what they say about the Camber branch of my family.
That they're cursed. Now, Bernard, don't you think I'm a little...
Они сюжет какой-то рассказывают про свои семейные дела. Как слишком уж тихо и субтитры бегают.
I meant no offense, Captain. Well, tell me all about it then. After all, there's no smoke without fire. And I never heard about the Camber clan from a member of the family.
Very well. At home, we always spoke in whispers about our Camber relatives. When Wolfen's father, Wilhelm, came to visit, I'm almost ashamed to say it.
You can rely on my discretion, Captain. Carry on.
Well, the servants were so afraid of him that they went and hid in the barn. Father had them whipped. Even then, they wouldn't go near Wilhelm. They were afraid he'd cursed them. I couldn't blame them.
Why is that?
Well, Wilhelm's face was so badly disfigured, folk would cross themselves when they saw him. I was afraid of him myself as a boy.
Was he wounded in war?
No. He was born that way. See, his mother, Countess Barbara of Hogwitz, didn't want to marry Wilhelm's father, my grandfather's brother.
Какие-то у них там родственные дела, что кто-то там какой-то уродливый был, кто-то еще, тут ни с кем-то хотел говорить, в общем, вообще жесть какая-то с этими рыцарями.
That's not all. 4 of them didn't live till dawn. Only the 5th survived. And he was disfigured. Wilhelm, they say the witch cheated her. And instead of getting rid of the child, she put the devil's seed inside her.
Good Lord, how dreadful.
Well, Wilhelm carried that with him his whole life. When his own wife was in childbed, he had 7 friars kneeling in her chamber day and night. It didn't stop the rumors, though. When his son, Wolfen, was born, he looked normal enough, but he turned out to be as wild as a stray tomcat.
It seems he hasn't grown out of it.
You're right about that. A few years ago, Wolfen went off to Poland, and Wilhelm got worse and worse. He cursed everything and everyone in his path, started throwing crockery at the servants. He was on his deathbed. He sent for a priest, not just to give him the last rites, devil would come out of him and possess someone else. Then later, Wolfen turned up, even though he was supposed to be dead for years. Folk said he was dead. That wouldn't stop the devil's spawn.
Sweet Jesus. It sounds a lot more convincing coming from you than the stories my nurses used to tell me. How are we supposed to deal with a monster like that?
Pray. Whoa! Vitus and Cyril. I sent them to scout ahead.
Those bastards will pay for this.
Ну, что-то они нашли. Кого они нашли? Вот эти повешенные, что ли? Вот этих вот ребят они нашли. Как они узнали, кто это такие? дозорные.
Good day, Henry.
How are you, Henry? Good day, Henry.
Ух ты, кто это меня так? Меня кто, пока я ехал, меня кто-то пнул. Как смешно. Никто из них не проехал по мосту. Все как-то криво его объехали. И они прекратили болтать. Но все равно надо ехать за сотником Бернардом. Так. Квест сделал. Обновил. Сейчас что-то будет. Надо будет поговорить с сотником. И не забыть сохраниться, конечно же.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
Good God, you look terrible. Did someone attack you?
Так.
Tell me, Captain, how come this wolfling is attacking his own kin?
They say blood's thicker than water, but sometimes I wonder. Look at our king and Sigismund.
So what's the cause of your conflict with Wolfling?
Nothing in particular. Just that he's a ruffian, a treacherous bastard, and a bandit. No wonder the whole Camber clan is cursed.
How do you mean cursed?
Like I said, Wolfin's grandfather married Countess Barbara of Hogwitz. She didn't want to bear his child and went to a witch to get rid of it. Only instead of getting rid of the unborn child, she ended up having 5.
What, all at the same time?
All in one night. But only one of them lived till morning. The youngest, Wilhelm. And his face was disfigured. They say the witch deceived the Countess, and it was Satan himself who impregnated her.
And you believe that story?
Depends how you look at it. Wilhelm wasn't a bad man while he was in his right mind, but he was terrifying to look at. I still get shivers down my spine when I think of him. As for Wolfen, word came that he died in Silesia. Then, one day, he appeared from nowhere. There are folk who say death has no power over him.
How are you related?
Milota, Wolfen and I have the same great-grandfather, Urban, Baron of Oleshna.
What do we do now?
First, we have to find out where those Horsons are holed up. According to the reports, they raided a few farms around here. So someone should go to those places and find out what they can. You should do it, Henry. My men would probably just startle them.
All right, Captain. I'll do that. Where are the farms?
One is uphill from Neuhof, right by the woods. One here above the woods by the crossroads, directly north from our camp.
Он здесь пересказал историю про этого Вильгельма или кого-то еще и сказал осмотреть фермы. Посмотрим, где эти фермы. Значит, здесь у нас лагерь в центре. Одна ферма внизу, одна на севере. Ну, как раз на север, можно сказать, он близко. Потом съездите вниз. Так как я сюда ехал? Я ехал сюда так довольно долго.
Hey, I need directions.
Это еще кто такой?
Hey, can you help me? I need some help finding my way.
Какой-то дополнительный квест? Или еще что-то? Или события.
Where are you going?
To Neuhof. My master wants me to check out a stallion there.
Так, на юг, наверное.
Go to the south, through the woods here.
Thank you.
No trouble at all. Take care.
Я правильно сказал? Хотя бы так. Ну и куда? На юг. Вот так через лес как раз и доберется. Все правильно сделает. Какое-то задание новое появилось. Что ж, надо добраться. В общем, еще даже такие события есть, где разные НПЦ подходят, спрашивают, куда им добраться. Интересно, это на что-нибудь влияет. Так, здесь какая-то ферма, которую ограбили. Так, странно, их ограбили, а здесь крестьянин живой.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
Captain Bernard sent me. I'm here about the raid on your farm.
What? I've no idea what you're talking about, friend.
They raided your farm, didn't they?
No. I heard there was some raids hereabouts, but not here.
Something's not right. The captain sent me here to this very farm.
The captain must have made a mistake.
I suppose so.
Так, значит, здесь вариант очень интересный. Значит, или их действительно не ограбили, или это какие-нибудь переодетые грабители. Интересный вариант. Так, сытость у меня нормально, есть не будем. Это что за крестьянка?
Captain Bernard sent me. It's about that attack.
Well, they came, took everything they could, and rode off again. I don't know what else I can tell you.
We're trying to catch up with that gang, so I need to hear every detail you can tell me.
What do you want to know?
Так.
How many of them were there?
2 or 3. I'm not sure. My head's still in a spin.
Which way did they go?
I don't know. I wasn't watching. My husband made me hide indoors, and I only saw them through the window.
So your husband was outside?
Yes, he tried to parley with them.
What did they take?
Not much. We haven't a pot to piss in, which I told them in no uncertain terms as soon as they came here.
So you're telling me they came here, you told them there was nothing worth taking, and they just rode off again, without further ado?
More or less.
But just a while ago, you told me you were indoors the whole time.
Yes. I was. Mostly.
So were you inside or outside? Did you talk to them or not?
Well, like I say, it was confusing. I don't remember much.
Это они очень подозрительные вообще. Этот говорит, ничего не было. Это говорит... В общем, можно их запугать. Как-нибудь убедить.
Look here, I'm not sure what happened here, but I can't shake the feeling you're holding something back.
No! It's just... It all happened so quickly. I'm still bewildered from it all.
I'm the one who's bewildered. Let me make one thing clear. Those bandits are led by Sir Wolflin, Baron of Camberg, and he's not just some common outlaw. If we don't catch him, there'll be hell to pay. So you better speak up, no matter what happened here.
Lord Jesus. Why must we be persecuted so?
So, what really happened here?
First, promise me you'll get rid of them.
That's exactly what I'm here for.
They came a few days ago, took a pig and a sack of apples. We put up no resistance. I noticed one of them had an injured leg, so I offered to treat it for him.
Why would you help those cutthroats?
They didn't behave violently towards us, and I thought it would be best to keep them happy. At least they left me some apples.
Go on. What happened then?
They rode off, and I prayed we'd seen the last of them. Only the same evening, they came back again. One of them had been wounded, and they wanted me to take a look at him. They gave me some coin and took me to their camp. And in the morning I came home again.
Так.
So you know where they're camped?
I'd like you to lead me there.
I won't go to their camp, no. But I know of a place where you'll have a good view of it.
That'll do me.
Вот такая вот тетка. Она даже знает, где их лагерь, но не хочет говорить.
I'm not going any further. If they saw me, I'd be done for. The camp's not far away in this direction.
Thanks. And don't worry. I'll deal with those bastards.
I pray you do.
Так, что-нибудь здесь поменялось? Южное хозяйство. Думаю, не стоит его, наверное, осматривать, если я уже знаю, где лагерь. И получается, они не такие уж и агрессивные. Так, на оружие у меня яд есть. Думаю, мне этого хватит.
Looks like I found it. I'd better get back and report to Captain Bernard.
Так. Я могу с ними сами разобраться? Что осматривать южное не надо. Вернусь. Наверное, правильно будет, наверное, по квесту. Если их просто можно было напасть и вырезать всех. Где? Где ложь? Вот она. Кстати, я сейчас получил только что верховую езду, и меня здесь интересный момент. Смотрите, подкова давала раньше плюс 4 бонуса, сейчас 19 плюс 1. То есть, получается, в любом случае больше 20 навык не поднимается. Такие вот дела. А вот как характеристики, пока что не ясно. В общем, навыки в пределах 20. То есть, я вот... То, что мне дает навык, могу снять, когда мне прокачается до 20, и уже это не так важно будет. Есть ли на мне какая-нибудь вещь, повышающая навык, или нету. Так, где есть у нас сотник Бернард?
Henry's come to see us.
I found that encampment.
Ah, I'm glad to hear it. Is it far?
Not really.
How many men did you see?
Немножко.
Around 10.
The same as us. Well, now we'll see if my cousin is really as tough as they say. Otherwise, he'll be swinging tonight from the Rattay ramparts.
Wouldn't it be better to parley with them, sir?
Parley with robbers? You must be out of your mind, lad.
Так, мы что-нибудь сможем убедить?
Sahanish ordered me to avoid unnecessary casualties.
What are you trying to say?
I could go and parley with Wolflin. Even if it comes to nothing, I could have a good look at his encampment.
Bit of spying could well be of use, all right. And Wolflin's a conceited bastard. If he knows you come from me, he'll receive you just for a chance to tell me to go to hell. I'll give you a livery with my coat of arms, so it's clear you're my messenger. And you'll have to go unarmed.
Thank you, Captain. I'll do my best.
I hope so. Try and come back in one piece. I don't want to explain to Sir Radzig why I sent his favorite into a robber baron's camp unarmed.
Да, вот такие вот дела. Оружие у меня. Все-таки есть оружие. Вот такой. Это такая броня. И я попытаюсь вступить с ними в переговоры. Так, я сейчас сниму оружие. Надо, чтобы оружие было снято. Наверное. Или его достаточно... Вернее, не то, что снять. Может быть, надо его На лошадь перекинуть. Так, что тут пишут? Подбежал, странно.
Hey, you! What do you want? I'm Captain Bernard's envoy. I'm here to parley. Why should I trust you? I'm unarmed. What harm can I do? That's true. And you are wearing Sir Bernard's colours. I suppose I should take you to Sir Wolflin. But if you try any tricks, you'll regret it. Understood? You have my word.
Это называется, он убрал оружие, положил в инвентарь, и я уже не вооружен. Так, сколько тут, ребят? Разбойник. Разбойник. Раз, два, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Да, штук 10 их здесь. Даже хотя нет, 11, 12, даже побольше что.
Who do we have here? What's your name, boy?
Henry. I'm a messenger from...
I know. From my beloved cousin, Sir Bernard of Oleshna. So, what exactly is your message?
Так. Варианты: уйти, если оставите награбленное. Уйти, если оставите награбленное выкуп. Мы разрешим с помощью поединка. Сначала надо спросить.
Why do you want to hurt the lords of Oleshna?
That bastard Melota stole villages that belonged to my father.
Yeah.
I was in Poland when my father died, and Melota convinced everyone I was dead too.
But you came back though, didn't you?
I came back. But Melota bribed the priest to testify that my father made him a deathbed confession. That bastard swore my father told him he was possessed, and so was his son. Me. So they think I rose from the dead and I'm a warlock. They won't hear my claim.
Интересный вариант.
I got a piss.
That's unfortunate. But surely the courts of the king wouldn't believe a story like that.
Maybe not. But the king's in captivity, and none of the nobles have time for courts. No one will hear my case, and by the time this turmoil is over, everyone will have forgotten about me.
Так.
I heard some interesting tales about you. They say your family is cursed.
Ha! So Bernard's been telling those stories again. How my Oleshna cousins do love to gossip.
So your father didn't have...
What? A twisted mouth? Aye. Looked like it was run over by a wagon. And he was born with 4 siblings and none of them lived. True. But they always leave one thing out of that fairy tale.
What's that?
That my grandmother was one of 5 babes and her mother one of 4. That's how it goes in that family. And then that talk of the witch. Pah! My grandma couldn't wait to marry my grandfather and give him children.
Так, интересный вариант.
We offer you safe conduct out of this domain if you leave everything you stole from Zahanish's subjects.
That's a very generous offer. But tell me, why should I accept?
Так, варианта. Не ссорились. Ну, я вот вполне могу этим убедить.
Your quarrel is with Melota, not with Bernard. And certainly not with Sir Hanush, whose estates you're pillaging.
So?
So leave Sir Hanish's domain and settle your differences with Melota elsewhere.
My quarrel is with everyone who helps Melota. And Hanush gave him refuge in Ratai.
Так, вариант. Он ничего не знает.
Sir Hanush knows nothing about Melota's scheming. He offered a helping hand to a Christian in need, and for his pains, he has you pillaging his lands and murdering his subjects.
It's the times we live in.
You want justice? You think you deserve it? Then you should behave with honor yourself and leave here.
What good would it do me?
If you leave voluntarily, I'll tell Sir Hanush about Melota's deception. He's not going anywhere in his current condition, so we'll get to the truth in the end.
The devil take it. There's nothing here worth pillaging anyway. All right. I accept your offer. Tell your captain we'll move on.
And you'll leave the loot here?
We'll leave what's left. The food's already eaten. Better run along before Bernard loses patience.
Вот такой вот я великий переговор. Кстати, договориться с ним, получается, было довольно сложно. Потому что сложность... Зайчик. Что-то он так стоит, зайчик. И меня даже не боится. Вот так дела. Так, на запад надо, на юго-запад идти. Или просто на запад. Причем возвращаться сейчас к сотнику и рассказать ему об успехах. Сейчас оружие. Откуда у меня этот лук? Очень легкий лук. Слушай, не тот лук нашего великого придворного.
I've just come back from Wolflin, Captain.
And in one piece, I see. That's something at least, but I doubt you achieved anything.
I talked them into moving out. They even left the loot they plundered.
I don't know about letting them go like that. They'll be hungry. All you've truly done is send them on to rob our neighbors.
Так, и варианты.
We can't be blamed for that. They're the ones robbing and killing.
That's true. Anyway, I'll warn the neighboring lords that those bandits are on the loose. Ride to Ratai and report to Sir Hunnish.
Yes, sir.
Этот тачик, он просто сидит и бездельничает. Вообще безобразие. Это его назначили на этот квест, а в итоге мне все разгребать. Ну что ж, осталось только вернуться в врата и все рассказать. Хотя, может быть, это еще не конец, может быть, еще что-нибудь будет. Так, я вернулся в Ротае. Здесь Гануш занимается какой-то фигней. Вот он думает, что он, если так постоит, то что-то изменится. Ну, мечтатели. Если бы так было все просто.
Henry, just the man I want to see. I need help with something.
What's the problem, sir?
The Archbishop's vicar has come to Uzhitz. I don't know why exactly, but the rumor is that he's on the hunt for heretics, which frankly never make any good, especially for me.
Какое-то задание новое.
What should I do about him then?
Firstly, find out why he's really here. He might truly be on the hunt for heretics, which wouldn't be good news. Or it's equally possible he's here to size up my estate, which would be even worse.
I understand. And then what?
The best thing for me and all concerned would be for him to pack his bags and go back to Prague.
And how can I, encourage him to do that? I can't just kick him out, can I?
No, of course not. But if you can make him believe there's nothing to find here, he'll be off in no time. So tell him I've sent you to assist him.
I understand. And my task is to assist him in finding nothing.
Indeed.
В общем, интересное задание.
Are you at odds with the Archbishop in some way, sir?
No, I've never even seen him. But that's no guarantee he doesn't have his eye on my estate.
But how could he get his hands on it?
He's an archbishop. They have long fingers, my boy. And now, without the king around, it's the perfect time to amass a nice little hoard. Believe me, I know. They say in Prague that he's a complete dolt. But I rather doubt that.
Why?
All the Hare clan are as shrewd as they come. I know that better than most.
Uh-huh. And what if there really are heretics?
My boy, my boy. Have you ever seen a heretic?
No.
There, you see. I haven't either. Most of the time the prelates just invent them to scare folk with. So don't put much faith in their existence.
But
what if there really are some? Then deal with them. but make sure that interfering bastard gets out of here.
Very well. I'll get going straight away.
Good luck, lad, and be careful. Clergymen are wily weasels, so take care.
I'll be careful. Don't worry, Sir Hanush.
Так, новый квест он дал. Как раз со священником. Там у нас поп-алкаш. И случаем, они нашли главный герой, тот самый еретик, которого этот архиепископ здесь выслеживает. Ведь он, что он только не вытворял. Но сейчас самое главное другую задачку сделать.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
Так. Можно, кстати, про священника еще спросить.
Sir, I met the parish priest of Uzhitz, and I must say he's a very interesting man.
I should say so. Have you ever seen him at swordplay? Not bad for a man of the cloth, is he? Rumor has it, when he finished his studies at the university where his father sent him, he decided the religious life wasn't for him, and vanished to foreign parts. They say he made a living as a mercenary. I even heard he fought against the Turk at the Battle of Kosovo. And then he suddenly came back and settled down here. No doubt it cost his family plenty. But he's a fair man, and I'm fond of him. There's a lot to be said for a priest with a good understanding of vice.
Вообще замечательный священник, но сейчас другой квест.
I have news from the camp, Sir Hanush.
Speak.
Наверное, единственный приличный священник.
Bernard agreed. I'm surprised.
So was I. I promised Wolflin safe conduct out of your territory on condition he leave all the loot behind.
Well, at least we cut our losses. Although Bernard will have a thing or two to say about how I lost face for a few groschen.
Well, at least you lost no men, sir, and that's worth something.
True enough, lad. No doubt Wolflin will come to a bad end anyway. I must say, Henry, after all that's happened recently, I'm glad something finally turned out well.
So am I, sir.
And I think you deserve to be rewarded for your efforts.
Thank you, sir.
Ух ты, мне тут панцирь дали. И даже достижение открыто. Достижение Барон-грабитель. Так, с этим квестом я как-то внезапно очень быстро закончил. Больше ничего не хочешь сказать? Например, про какого там интригана.
Greetings. What do you need?
Собственно, все. И сейчас можно поделать квест со священником в Ужице. Он, Ян Птачек, возвращается на лошади. Раз мы пересеклись, я ехал в Ужице, а он тут возвращается. Но поговорить с ним, видно, не получается. Не хочет он разговаривать. Наверное, потому что ему так и не удалось ничего никому не доказать. И он просто обиделся. А это кто такой? Это сотник Бернард. Он что-нибудь расскажет? Нет, нет. Он тоже ничего говорить не хочет. Так что квест с этими бандитами все-таки закончился, получается.